Well, Frank, your Damitz excavator is all finished. I just was going to make a video for you to go over how the radio works. Everything's all labeled on the radio, so but some of them are abbreviated, like we discussed, last time you were here. And I also added your the power on light. See if that shows up in the video. Nah, not real well. There's a power on light right on the center, the side, right side console there. I changed it up the way you liked it to have the to have a power on light separate, and that way the lights for your the house light on the right hand side comes on with the rest of the boom lights and the roof lights. Now to arm the system, you'll hit this arm P right here, and you hear everything beep. Those are the ESCs coming up. And what else we got? Here's your dome, three position switch on a dome light. There's your low dome, medium, and high. And your horn on that momentary switch where you wanted it to be. And your start is just put the start switch down and back to the center, and it fires up the engine. And all the mixes are done for the SMB, the Servonaut SMB unit. And the lights are the opposite of arm. So you lift that up, and that turns your lights on. And that's another thing. Here's your pump control here. That's pump off. That's the center is idle, and then it's all the way up as the pump's on all the time. So just leaving it idle just leaves it armed, and then the pump's on demand, and it will run, proportional to how much power you need from it. And it's pretty fast. I slowed down the stick in the bucket a little bit, but we'll have to fine tune it when you get here, because depending on how you run it, we'll decide how much throw you want to remove from the hydraulics. Because when you start removing too much throw from like the stick or the boom, when you run two or three functions together, you'll lose speed. So the less restricted that we can run it comfortably, the better. And let's see, is that all the switches? Yep, that's all the switches. Oh, except for arm T, which we decided we're calling that means arm tracks. So if that's down in the down position, you can bump the tracks and they won't go anywhere. But if you lift the arm all the way on, then your tracks work. Now the other thing that I wanted to show you too, I did let me see, get this guy back up. Trying to get used to the controls. It's not the way I run them, which I should be though. I'm going to start running them, running the controls that way. Let me shut this off so there's not so much noise. And let me shut the power off here. No.
Signal critical, telemetry lost.
No kidding, that's because we shut her down here. Alright. And I neatened up the wiring, and I also redid all the wiring in your battery tray. And your speakers mounted in the back, which is the way I believe that Damitz intended. So all those wires also go through this DB9 connector. So it's nice. You don't have nothing to mess with. No wires are ever going to wear out because it just goes through a DB9 connector. And then set this off to the side. Oh, here's your. Let me unplug this. Let me get this guy over here. This is your volume control right here for the Servonaut sound. Now there is a hole underneath the house to put the, I think they did it just for this volume control or a toggle switch if you want to, but I don't like the idea of having an all plastic volume pot hanging out the bottom of the house. So I can put it there if you want when you get here, but this is a nice safe place for it. It doesn't hit the fan or anything, and it's easy to access. And also up inside, I don't know if it'll show up on the video. Yeah, a little bit. I labeled all the valves. And what's nice about that is for example, say you want to rotate it, you can't move it when the valve's closed, but you can just reach right up. Let's see, where's your rotate at? Here. You can just open that valve, and now you can rotate the house if you need to, without putting a battery in it or powering up the machine. And I guess that's about it. I'll see you this weekend. Talk to you soon, Frank.